hello, and happy Sunday, you guys. Welcome to Coffee and a Card. My name is Tiffany Almeida, and I'm with Pretty and Paper Crafts, and I go live every Sunday at 8 a.m. for 3 amazing projects, but today is an exception to that 3 rule. I've got 10 amazing projects to show you today, so I'm really excited. What I'm going to show you today, which is cutting it down for a one-sheet wonder. Have you guys ever heard of a one-sheet wonder? It's where you take a piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper and you cut it up into a bunch of different pieces, and then you create a bunch of cards using just that one sheet and all those pieces that you cut. So I used a template that France Martin designed. She did a one-sheet wonder, and I loved her pattern. And I took her patterns and I created an entire pack, 10 cards, using the Dino Days bundle. So I'm really excited to show you guys. This is going to be so cool, and it's a super easy pattern too to cut the designer series paper. So that's what we're going to make today. So let me show you how we cut this paper. And then we'll get into, I'll actually show you how we make every single card. It's so cool, so much fun. All right, so we've taken our pretty piece of designer series paper. I love this sheet right here. This is why I just had to cut this one. Okay, so we're gonna take the first cut here at 4 inches. And we're just gonna cut, boom. Okay, the next one we're gonna do at 1.5 inches. And the last one we're gonna do is at 5 3/4. I mean 5.5, sorry, 5.5. Now, you don't have to write down any of these measurements that you hear from me today. Every single measurement that I use to make all of my cards is on my project sheet, you guys. 10 projects. I did 10 projects, 10 project sheets, 10 projects on the sheet. They're all there for you on my blog post. They're also, get them on my blog post. Okay, so this is my 5.5 piece, right? Is this my 5.5 piece? Yeah, sorry. See, I'm talking too much. 5.5 piece. Now I'm gonna cut at 4-inch increments, just like I did with my other one. So 4, 4, and this one should be 4. That gives me 3 pieces that are 4 by 5.5. And we're going to continue to cut these down, but we're literally not going to waste a single ounce of designer series paper. I'll show you. Every piece that we cut down, we're going to use. This is the 4-inch piece, and we're going to cut these all at 4 as well. So 4, so that's the magic number, just so you remember. 4 by 4 by 4. Okay, so we've got 3 sheets of those. We're going to take the 1.5 inch strip and cut those down to 4. 4 by 4. And if you want to see France Martin's video, I linked it in my blog as well, if you want to go see the video that I got this template from. This is the 1-inch strip, and we're also going to cut these down to 4. And this is going to give us pieces to make 10 beautiful, cute cards. All right, so now we've got all our pieces here, so we're going to set those aside because we're going to use those. And we have our cards, so let's go ahead and just go card by card, and we'll make each one. So this is the first little guy that we're going to use, and I have envelopes with every single project in them, so I'm going to look for the one I need. So here's all the pieces that we need, and our cute little dino. So the set that I'm using today and the paper that I'm using is Dino Days. This is a Dino Days bundle. And the paper is called Dino Roar. And you can see I've been cutting out these adorable little dinosaurs. Here, I'll take it out of the shiny package. These adorable little dinosaurs using the framelits or the dies. So these dies actually cut out the dinosaurs. Isn't that adorable? So I don't even have to stamp half the time. I can just cut out these cute little dinosaurs. So we're going to be using a lot of those today, and I've already done a lot of these cutouts, but this particular dinosaur I actually stamped, so we'll do a little bit of stamping and cutting. Yeah, and I'm not even going to try to get that back in there. Okay, so this particular project uses the 1-inch strips that we cut down. Remember those 3 1-inch strips? And I have pretty Pretty Peacock, which is one of the coordinating colors, and I have the matte for all of those. So we'll go ahead and just glue those down. All right, so I've glued those down. Now what I want to do is I want to stamp my dinosaur. So I have the dinosaur is actually a two-step process. If you want the dinosaur's little spikes in the back, the spikes are a separate stamp. And then I need my little dino. Where'd my dino go? Oh, there he is. Come here, Dino. He's so cute, you guys. I love this little T-Rex. This set is absolutely adorable, and it was so easy to design with. Like, I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you it was super, super easy. So I'm taking Pool Party ink because that's the coordinating color. And I'm just gonna stamp him down on my cardstock. This is just plain Whisper White cardstock. Look at him, so cute. All right, and then I'm gonna do his little spikes in. Oh, I could stamp him directly on there, but his tail's a little bit off. So if you wanted to make it super simple, someone suggested just stamping on the oval. You could absolutely do that if you did not want to cut out the frames or the dies. But I love the dies. I can't help it. So we're going to just cut those out real quick. He's so cute. Okay, so we'll get the big shot in here and we'll cut those out. Okay. So I just put a little glue on the white space around the spikes, and then you just glue him on there. And there's a little gap in the spikes where his hand goes. Stampin' Up! Thinks of everything. So look at that. Isn't that adorable? Okay, so let's put the rest of the card together, which is so easy. I'm using thick Whisper White, and I'm just gonna put some glue on this piece of Pool Party. And we'll just glue this together here. Now, one of the sentiments in this in this dino set that I can't stop using is I love you this much. It's more than it looks. And so when his arms are out like that, spread out, it makes me think of that sentiment, which is so cute. So I have taken this strip of, it is Pool Party, not Poop Party. Janie, where's your mind? Your mind's in the gutter. Did I say Poop Party? No, I said Pool Party. Okay. So, while Janie's mind is in the gutter, I'm going to stamp this label with Pretty Peacock. It's Pretty Peacock on Pretty Peacock, but it's dark enough that you can see it. I love you this much. So cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll glue this label down first. This will kind of be our guide as to where the other pieces go. This is a 3/4 inch piece by 3 3/4. And we'll just kind of frame it up there at the top. We'll frame it in the Pool Party piece. And then these 3 pieces are gonna go down here. And what I suggest is gluing the 2 outside pieces level with the sides of our first label, and then we'll glue the middle piece in, because otherwise, and I'm gonna use liquid glue just because I want a little tiny few seconds of wiggle room before it's down for forever. So I'll just put this down right here. So what a fun way to use up designer series paper, right? Think about it. You have 12 pieces of designer series paper in a pack of designer series paper, and that could translate into 120 cards, right? Because you can do 10 cards per sheet, and you have 12 sheets. So 120 cards with 1 pack of designer series paper. It does us no good for our designer series paper to sit there in our storage and just look pretty, because we aren't really doing it any favors by hoarding it. So why not make a beautiful card and send it to your neighbors, send it to your friends, send it to your family, give it to a charity, actually do something to show off that beautiful paper. All right, so there's my stitched label right there in the middle, and now I'm gonna put my little dino. He loves me this much, his little arms. You know how those T-Rexes have those short little arms? It's so cute. I love the pattern too, Janie. That's one reason why I picked this piece, because I thought, oh, it's so cute. So look at him, you guys. Isn't he adorable? One down, boom, that's it. So quick. All right, next one. I'm actually gonna just pick an envelope and the envelope's gonna tell me which one we're doing because that was really dumb the other way. All right, so this piece, oh, I like this little piece. He's a cute one. Look at our little long neck or Brachiosaurus or whatever they're called. He's so cute. I cut right out of that designer series paper like I showed you. And so we're gonna make this cute little card. It's called Thanks for Being a Friendosaurus. How cute is that, you guys? Oh my gosh. So this one uses a piece of the 1.5 by 4 inch piece of designer series paper, which we're gonna mat with a piece that's 4 by 1 3/4. Okay, so we'll just glue that on there. Okay, I already cut out the stitched rectangle oval. And that one went over just a little bit, so I'm gonna trim it down. Shocker that my cutting isn't 100% perfect. Okay, then I have a piece of crushed curry and pretty peacock, which are the colors that coordinate with this designer series paper, which is why I picked it. I'm not good at matching up colors, so I let the designer series paper tell me. So that's why these cards were so easy to make, is because I didn't have to guess on coordinating colors. It just told me, here are the colors that work for this paper. All right, so we're gonna do this little pattern, these little V's, these little, I don't know what they are, little dinosaur markings. We're gonna do that in crushed curry all over our piece of crushed curry cardstock. So very little stamping on these projects, not a lot at all. Like I said, I cut the dinosaur right out of the designer series paper itself. You have 2 sheets full of dinosaurs. And this Dino Days paper is part of that designer series sale. So it's a great option. You can get 4 packs of the Dino paper and make 40 cards. You can go crazy. All right, so we're gonna glue this down. See how easy that was? Super easy. Then we'll glue our little designer series paper across the center. And just about there's good. Okay, then we're going to stamp our little sentiment here. Thanks for being a Friendosaurus. How cute is that? Love it. Now I have to find the right one. And we stamped this in Pretty Peacock. Pretty Peacock is one of those new in colors, and I cannot stop using it. At first I didn't like it because I don't know why I was being judgy. I don't know what it was, but now I can't stop using it. I love it. All right, so we've got our little Friendosaurus here. We're gonna just put some adhesive on the back of it, glue it right down here. Let's put our little dino on dimensionals. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. You know, the Brachiosaurus is my favorite dinosaur. And I grew up with, oh, my little dimensional one over here. I grew up with like Land Before Time, you know, Littlefoot and all that. That was my era, so I love it. Okay, and then we're gonna put him right here. He's so cute. I'll be friends with this Friendosaurus. So adorable. How cute is that? So that's it. 2 down. Bam. All right, let's see, which is the next one? Oh, I love this one. Okay, so some of the images, and let's see if I have a good one to show you. Some of the images are cut off by the designer series paper, right? So they're at the edges and they're just cut off slightly. I guess he's the only good example of that. You can't see his feet. So it doesn't mean you can't still use him. So I put this half dinosaur that was in the in the designer series paper and just cut him out, and we're gonna put him behind an egg. Like he's just hatching. So let me find that card and I'll show you. Look at him, so cute. This is probably one of my favorites. So again, we're gonna be using just that 1.5 inch strip of designer series paper. We'll just glue that to our crushed curry that I have matted, which is 4 1/4 by 1 3/4. Oh, I better lay that down and put it down straight. Okay. So let's go ahead and literally it's just a piece of, or base of thick Whisper White, a mat of crushed curry. Oh, and can I just point out, you guys, the new tin tile embossing folder, doesn't that look like dinosaur scales? Like totally. Oh my gosh, I used it and I was freaking out. That is dino scales. I am literally touching dino scales right now. Do dinos have scales? Or whatever, they're skin, like rough, leathery, crocodile-y skin. Anyways, that is so cute. I love it. Okay, so then we'll just glue this down. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining us. All right, look at this. Just glue that down. Now we're gonna put a little strip of glue right here so our dino sticks. Come on. So our dino's gonna stick right behind our egg. So this is a die. This egg shape is a die in the framelits. And again, I used the framelit to cut him out of the designer series paper. We're gonna slap some dimensionals on the back of him. Literally the easiest way to design cards. One sheet wonder. Get to use all the same colors in all the different ways. Look, so cute. Now we're gonna put inside, not that one. Where's it at? I had all these sentiments on blocks because I thought that was like smart. And now it's like, I can't find the one I want. So this sentiment that we're gonna put inside says, look who's hatched. Isn't that cute? So what a great like little boy newborn card. Look who's hatched. So cute. It could also be a birthday card. It can be all kinds of cards. Anything that you're looking for. All right, next card. Look at how we're blazing through these. So fast and so fun. Okay, so this card is really, really cute. And I did a little bit different on my second one. Just because you know how I am. Like I'm always trying to make it better and like have little different ideas. So what I did differently is I just embossed the pool party with the layering leaves embossing folder because I felt like this was a little plain. It could totally be just like this and be absolutely fine. But I just wanted a little bit more, like he's flying through the tree leaves or something. I don't know. Just a little bit more dimension. So the pool party will just glue down to our pretty peacock. We'll see which one we like better. You guys know how I am. And then again, this one's gonna use our last piece of the 1.5 inch piece of designer series paper. I just matted it on a piece that's 4 by 1 3/4 inch piece. So we'll just center this like so. Notice there's a lot of matting, just happens naturally. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and glue this down to our base here. Again, I took this dino right off of the designer series paper, just cut him right off. And again, I'm using my favorite sentiment, I love you this much, because he's so cute. His little wide wingspan, you know, he's trying to give me a big hug. All right, so before I glue this down, I'm gonna take the denim ribbon. So this ribbon is actually it actually coordinates with the Dino suite, the Dino Roar suite. So this is just ribbon that naturally goes with the set. So I just took it and I tied a little bow and wrap that around. Actually, I'm gonna do a bow on this side. Wrap that around. Pull it through. Wow. All right. I'm gonna cut it and tie it. It's a little bit easier when you just cut it. I hate to waste ribbon, but my bow tying skills are low today. Okay, so we'll just do a cute little bow. Trim off the excess that I just wasted. Just cut those ends at an angle. So you have that cute little bow. We'll just put some runner on the back. Come on. Center that bow. Put it right down on your cardstock. Make sure it's nice and stuck. Okay, I'm gonna put our little dino on dimensionals and glue him down. So I'm just gonna put some on his wings and one on his body. Okay, and then we'll put him in the center, just flying in the leaves. Yeah, I really like the leaves background a lot. Now we're gonna take that same sentiment, I love you this much, and we're gonna stamp it, and then we're going to cut it out. Because why not? Put this ink away before I injure myself. Injure myself with ink. And yeah, we're just going to cut this out like just right around that bottom sentiment, which we don't need at the moment. So much is its own word. So we got much, we got this, and then I kept I love you as one. So I love you this much. Then the other thing we're gonna do is we are going to clean off the ink on this. And on the inside, I wanna just use that little sentiment, it's more than it looks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to ink up, set those aside so we don't lose them. I'm just gonna strategically ink up the bottom portion of that sentiment. And then there are a few that just kind of cross over a little bit. So I'm gonna take my wipe and just carefully wipe off those edges. You can also mask it, but it's a little hard to mask just because of it overlaps. Oh, see, I did that right there in the inside. So now we'll do it on this one. It's more than it looks. So cute. Okay, so then all we have left to do is just glue these little pieces down. Adorable, right? I love you. I love you this much. So cute. So you could put those a little bit nicer than I did, but you get the idea, right? Adorable. Okay, so there's another one down. Bam, we're just flying through here. All right, next, let's see. Envelope is the one that tells us which one is which. Okay. All right, so this guy here, we're actually gonna be doing some cutting down for this one. Let me show you what it looks like. This little one. Look at him. He's just peeking up over I don't know what. He's cute. I cut him right out of the designer series paper as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the 5.5 by 4 inch pieces and we're going to do a little bit more cutting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our put it on the 5.5 side and we're going to cut it at 2 inches. And then we're gonna cut another piece at 2 1/4. And then we're gonna be left with a 1 1/4 inch piece, okay? And we have a matting piece here that's 1 3/8 by 4 1/8 for that skinny piece. But I'm going to flip it over and use the other side. Cute. So we can put that on our matted piece. Like so. Now this big piece of Pretty Peacock is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, so that our pieces here can kind of be matted slightly, because these pieces are 4 by 2 and 4 by 2 1/4. So again, see, you can see it's just matted slightly. So this is the 2 1/4 piece we'll put down at the bottom. Like so. Okay, we're also going to tie a ribbon around it. So let's go ahead and get our ribbon. Actually, we're just gonna tie a knot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to take my fingers, put 2 fingers together, wrap the ribbon around it, and tie a knot. Like so. Okay, like that. And then cut this end, and then we can wrap this around and glue it down on the back side. So I'm gonna use Fast Fuse just because I have that ribbon to glue down, or you could use tear and tape also would work really well. Okay, so let's just make sure we're wrapping the ribbon around the section that we want. And you hardly need any ribbon for this little trick. I wasted more than what you need. Because then here at the front, you can just cut it at an angle and then you have the length. But my fingers are too fat, and so I should have done one finger instead of two. Okay, so now we've got our ribbon on there. It's glued to the back. We'll just lay this down on our cardstock. Okay, so then we'll take dimensionals and we'll put that on the back of this strip here. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I grabbed 4. So we'll put that in the center. And then we're gonna put this little guy down. But we're just gonna tuck him in a little bit. He's just gonna be cute, just like right here. Look how cute he is. Adorable little guy. So there's our quick and easy little card. You can stamp happy birthday or whatever you want in the center, and it's ready to go. So there's another one. And again, I just cut him right out of the designer series paper. End of video. Did I say it was the end? Okay. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Yeah, that's a neat little knot trick. I'm glad you like it. All right, so this one is a cute little one. It's a little pocket. Again, I used my favorite sentiment. I keep using it. You can put whatever you want, but you could have a little note. It says, I love you this much. It's more than it looks. And it could be a little place to put a little note, a little pocket. And so what a cute way to use that designer series paper. So let me show you what we did here. We took a piece of the 4x4 designer series paper, and we're gonna mark it with using our scoring blade really, really lightly at the 2-inch mark on both sides. Just lightly, not a lot. This is gonna be our guide when we start folding in the paper. Because what we wanna do is we wanna take 3 out of the 4 sides, and we wanna just fold them up to the point in the middle where that score line meets. And we're just going to fold and fold like a little pocket and fold. Okay. And then to glue it down, all we're gonna do is actually use our little Dino to hold it down. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put just some glue on the back of him, and I'm gonna not glue his head because I want his head to peek out a little bit. But his body and his wings are gonna have glue. And we're just gonna glue his body down to the front, and that will hold our little envelope down. Okay, so then I have this piece of Whisper White. I already forgot what it is. It's 2.5 by 2.5, and then this is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And we're just going to stamp the sentiment on the top here in Pretty Peacock. This is our little note. I love you this much. Okay. Then, that's all the stamping there is. Then we're going to glue this down to our crushed curry. And it will fit perfectly inside our little note, our little envelope. How cute. Okay, and then for the front, I have crushed curry and pool party, which the pool party I embossed again in that layering leaves. I didn't center that very well, but that's okay. But you can get the idea that you can start, oh, I'm out of tape. Off to liquid glue it is. This one will have a combination of liquid glue and tape. Okay. So, oh, wow, I did not center that very well. Oh, I think that's gonna have to be what it is. Okay, and then we're gonna glue our little envelope down. Hi, Amanda. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. We'll just glue that little envelope pocket to the front. Cute. So you can put all kinds of fun. I do too, Tammy. So cute. I love you this much. Yes, we talked about that, right? Because you used that sentiment with your kids growing up. So cute. All right, next card. We're getting down on the pieces here, so that's exciting. Okay, so this piece is for this card here. And this is what you call one of those collar folds. So we're basically taking one of our large pieces, which is the 5.5 by 4, and we're gonna cut this down to 5 3/4. 5 1/4 by 4. And we're gonna be left with this cute little strip, which we'll use somewhere else. Oh, and the other thing we wanna do is turn it sideways. So this is 4 inches, so right at the 2-inch mark is halfway. And we wanna cut down to the 2-inch mark. So we're gonna cut down 2 inches. So that doesn't help me when it's upside down. I'll do it the right-handed way so you guys can see. The right-handed way is the right way. So we're gonna just take our cutter blade down to the 2-inch mark here. We have this at 2-inch and we've just made a cut, and that's gonna be our collar. Okay, so then we can just fold these down. Now you don't have to go all the way to the points if you don't want to. You can just do a portion of the way. Totally up to you. You don't have to score these down if you don't want to. You can have it curled if you want. There's lots of different things you can do. So I'm just gonna curl or fold a portion of the way. So it's like this, okay? And this is gonna go over this crushed curry, which is just matting it slightly. So the crushed curry measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's just slightly bigger than the designer series paper. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna stamp "You are rarsome." Rarsome? You're rarsome. I don't know. And we're just gonna stamp that in the opening. You are rarsome. And then we can glue it down. So let's go ahead and get our glue. That's a cute sentiment too, right? They're adorable sentiments. The only thing this set, I have to say, the only negative thing about this set I have anything to say is that it doesn't have like a happy birthday sentiment. And I think this would make adorable happy birthday cards. So you can take any other happy birthday sentiment and play it, you know, put it into this set, and it would just be so adorable. All right, so the other thing you can do is just put like either just a glue dot or just like a little dab of glue just to glue down your ends. Now you don't have to do this, but they could get in the way, and so it's just good to have that glued down just a little bit. Now before we glue this down to our mat, or to our base, it's really important for us to tie our little knot again. So let's do that little trick again. Let's try one finger this time. So what we'll do is we'll tie a little knot using our finger, around our finger, like so. Because that seems to be just right with my sausage fingers. So we'll just tie a knot around my finger. If I can loop it through one-handed, that's the tough part. Okay, so we've got a knot. And then we just need about the length of the card. So you can see here, I've got my knot here. We just need like a little bit. So just cut it there, slide that off. And so then you have this perfect knot. You can cut at an angle here. And then you have this cute little knot for the front of your card, and then just enough ribbon to wrap around the back. So it saves a couple inches of ribbon every time you do it. So we'll go ahead and put fast fuse on the back so it can hold down the ribbon. Okay. And then we'll take our little ribbon here, fold it over, tuck it and glue it like that. See? Stuck to the fast fuse. Then we can glue this down to our base. Like, and there's not a lot of room. And when you have fast fuse, it's like when you glue it down, it's down. This little fuzz is coming out. There we go. All right, so then the last thing we gotta do is stamp another dinosaur. So I stamped my little T-Rex in Pretty Peacock again. So we'll just, this Pretty Peacock is a nice dark green color. Okay, and then we'll do his little, this little sticky keeps sticking. We'll do this little crushed curry. I love the ribbon too, Cindy, so much. Couldn't you see Jessie just cracking up? Is Jessie with you? Hi, Jessie, if you're with Grandma. But couldn't you just see him just dying over these dinosaur cards? Aren't they adorable? He would love these cards. Okay, so just clean those off real quick, and then we're gonna cut these out with our dies. So again, we're gonna get our little T-Rex and the little, what are these, horns? And we'll cut that out. And we'll just put him together real quick. So see that little space in between the spikes? That's where his little hand goes. So that can be your little guide too. See that? Good morning, Cindy. I was talking about you earlier and telling them how you did a training at our team meeting about Love It, Chop It. So I showed them a little example of the Love It, Chop It. So I was just bragging about you. Okay, so there's our little dinosaur. Isn't he absolutely adorable? Now, what I was talking about with this little strip is that you can put it on the inside of your card, or you can put it, you know, across the middle underneath your sentiment. There's so many things you can do with this strip. So I'll show you in a minute on one of our cards what I did there. Okay, next one. Okay, so this one's really cool, and I'm doing it a little bit differently to kind of see the difference in the color. So the first time around, I did Pool Party as the matte, and I did Pretty Peacock embossed in the smaller piece. I'm gonna reverse that. I'm gonna see what it looks like with Pool Party in the front. And what we're gonna do is one of these, I don't know what they're called, but it's basically like opening, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I have no idea what it's called, but it's a really cool look, and I've always wanted to try and make it, so I'll show you how we do that. So I'm just going to glue the Pool Party onto my Pretty Peacock, trying carefully to center it. Okay. And before we glue that down, we're going to have to wrap ribbon around it, but we'll do that in a second. So we have this piece of 4x4 designer series paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark. So if it's 4x4, the center is 2, so I have it at 2, and I'm just going to mark at the 2 so that I have a guide when I start folding. So I'm going to I'm going to do it the whole way. I'm just going to do a really light 2-inch mark, just light, doesn't need to be hard, super light, just as a guide when I'm folding. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is fold in our, actually I did it this way. So fold in our piece like this and score. And then fold halfway out. So take that end, fold it back out and score at when the point hits the outside. So we're gonna do that on all 4 sides. So I'm gonna stamp the look who's hatched. So bear with me if that seems a little weird. It's just my weird mind thinking strange as I do. So we're gonna stamp the image diagonally. So right here diagonally in the center. And then I felt like that was just a little bit too plain, so I added some palm trees in Pool Party around it. So just get your Pool Party, get your little palm leaf. There is a palm tree in this set. Did you know that? There's a big palm tree. It cuts out the leaves, it cuts out the trunk. See? So you can do a little Hawaiian card too. And do a little palm tree. All right, so this piece measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And we're gonna put that in the center of our, I don't know, little diamond here. So we'll just glue this down. Make sure all our sides can fold in, so that's good. Okay, and then what you can also do is to kind of like help it stay down a little bit is just glue the, just put a little bit of glue on the inside. Just a little bit, just to hold down the sides a little bit. Like so. Okay. Cute, right? And like I said, you don't want it to stay down too much, but you don't want it to come up too much either. All right, so let's go ahead and we will tie a ribbon around the bottom. Just cut that off. And I always have to kind of straighten my ribbons out. They are always going every which direction. And it's probably due to something I'm doing wrong, but I don't mind. I just fuss with them until I've got them where I kind of want them. And because we haven't glued it down yet, we can center it as best we want. And then we can put glue on the back. And we can glue it down to the center of our card. And then we're going to glue this cute little box down. So this is a fun little fold on the designer series paper that you should try. Definitely give it a shot. It's kind of fun. All right, so those are the two different colors. What do you guys think? Pretty Peacock or Pool Party? I don't know. I thought it was a kind of fun looking card. And again, I love that tin tile embossing folder. It's really cool. All right. Again, I made one slight change to this card. Pool Party, Jamie says. Love them both, Cindy says. Okay. Don't want to play favorites. I get you. Okay. So this last one I want to show you is really, really cute. And it's super dear to my heart because not only is it a card, but it's also a bookmark. How adorable is that? So the card opens up and there's a piece here for the bookmark. So cute. Okay, so I'm going to show you, we're going to be using that designer series paper to make that piece. But we're actually going to create the pattern on the front here with our own Whisper White, and we're going to stamp. So I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper because I don't want to ruin my pretty background here. And we're going to stamp our little dinosaur friend here in Pool Party all over our piece of Whisper White. The Whisper White measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And we're just going to stamp our dino all over the paper. Some of the dinos I stamped in Pool Party. Some of the dinos I stamped in Pool Party but stamped off once. So I'll show you because, you know, some dark, some light. So I just stamped off once and then stamped him. Oh, that's really light. Oh, no, I touched the corner. I ruined it. We're starting over. Okay. So we're just going to stamp him all over. And I think I'm gonna do all dark dinos this time. He's really cute. Let's get his little tushy coming off there. Okay, so, and then we'll do a corner one because we kind of have to have the corner covered too. All right, so I did my dino, and then we're gonna take the palm tree again, and we're gonna do that in Tranquil Tide, or not Tranquil Tide. Looks like Tranquil Tide, but it's not Tranquil Tide. Pretty Peacock. Let me just make sure it's clean so that I don't put a color on there that I don't want to. So, our little palm leaf. We're just gonna stamp that around in between the dinos. So cute. I love these colors together. I think that's why I like this so much, is that it's like the colors. I can't get enough of the colors. Pool Party and Peacock and Crushed Curry look really cute together. Okay, and then last but not least are these cute little dinosaur spots. And I did those in Crushed Curry. Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that. Janie, you're right. If you cut off the tail, you have a turtle. This little guy could be a turtle. Good catch, Janie. I like that. So we're just gonna stamp these cute little spots everywhere. They're so adorable. I think that's enough. I don't need to go spot crazy. So cute. So there's our very own made design. All right, did I mention the change that I'm doing? So this one, again, I'm using the lighter Pool Party as the base instead of the Pretty Peacock, just to see the difference, because I did use a lot of Pool Party in this card, and so I just thought maybe the Pool Party would be a good color to use as the base instead of the Pretty Peacock. But again, I don't think you can go wrong. Either one is gonna be super cute. So there's our base, and we're gonna tie another little knot here. So let's try our little trick again. So we do a knot around our finger with this beautiful denim ribbon. So there's our loose knot here. Tuck it behind. Okay, pull it tight. Cut it. Slide it off my chubby finger. There we go. All right, let's put some fast fuse on the back to glue down the ribbon. Okay, we will wrap our ribbon around it and glue it to the inside and cut and lay our knot down. Cute, right? Okay, so then we'll glue this down to the front. So cute. All right, let me show you how we made the little tag or the little bookmark. So now we're gonna make this little guy here. The first thing we're gonna do, and this is where I got my instructions mixed up last time. So this one we are gonna just mark at the 2-inch. So this is our 4x4 piece of designer series paper. We're gonna mark it just slightly in the side at 2 inches. It doesn't matter which side because they're both the same. And we're just going to fold both of the sides down and meet in the middle. Okay, like that. This is our little bookmark. Okay, so now we've got our little fold. And the other thing we're gonna do is we're going to score this end at 1/2 inch. So just line it up at the 1/2 inch mark. Don't move, and score. Okay, so then we're gonna fold that backwards like that. Put some adhesive on it and fold it down. Okay, and then to hold our sides down, I cut out one of these little dinosaurs from the designer series paper. Didn't even have to stamp him. And we're gonna just glue him down. Now be careful with the dimensionals where you put them, because if your head's going off the bookmark a little bit on the tail, you don't want adhesive on those because then it'll stick out. So just put it on his body. Let me throw those away. And just glue that down over the bookmark. And look how cute that is. How adorable is that? And then what I did was I just stamped the inside. Thanks for being a Friendosaurus, with his little cute self coming out the sides. And you always want to stamp the inside. So what do you think? Pretty Peacock or Pool Party for that one? Or I don't know why he ended up over here. This is my little happy birthday card. Wow, I'm like, I saw this one piece right here and I'm like, what? No, sorry. False alarm. One more. Okay, so this one I turned into a happy birthday card because this is, again, that fold technique, only we're doing it in a different direction. And looks like they're peeking out to say happy birthday. So I cut the happy birthday out of the well-written dies out of Pretty Peacock. So there's that. And so we're gonna actually cut again, just like the other one. We're going to cut, this one's a super easy one. We're going to cut at the 2 and 2.5 and 2.5 is 5. And then it's at 5 1/4. Oh, we gotta cut it down to 5 1/4 first. So 5 1/4, so here's that other strip. Remember how we talked about those strips? We're gonna use those. So at 2 5/8 is the center. Oh my gosh, Patty, why have you not? We're gonna cut down to about the, do we wanna go all the way? About a little less than 2 inches down. Okay, and then we can fold those away. Now I'm gonna fold right to the point on this corner here. So just fold that down. Whoops. And fold that down. Also, guys, just want to quickly note, you know, if you don't have time to sit through all my jibber jabber and things like that, I do upload all of my Facebook Lives on YouTube, and I do them, and I've been breaking them up individually based on project, but this one will probably be one big one since it's 10 similar cards. But I always do load them onto YouTube as well. So just know that you can go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel and get to any of my past videos there. Sometimes finding them on Facebook's a little bit difficult. All right, so now that I've got this, I'm going to stamp my little dinosaurs back behind, right onto the Whisper White card base. So I have, now the other option you can do is if you don't want to stamp them, you can still cut out a bunch of the dinosaurs out of the designer series paper, and they could be sticking out over the fold as well. So if you don't want to stamp them, I'm going to go ahead and stamp them. So I'm going to just make sure that they're clean so I don't mix up ink. I stamped my T-Rex in crushed curry. So I'll stamp him in the center first. And what I want to do is just make sure that I'm stamping in such a way that you can see them through the fold. So there's our little dino. He's so cute. I'm gonna do his little spikes in Pool Party. So you just line him up, and again, you use his little arm as a guide, because there should be a gap where his arm is. Again, they won't see the tail, so that's okay. And then let's go ahead and stamp our little dino guy here on the side. Now, I don't want his tail to come through the end. So when I stamp him, I just want his little body up at the top above T-Rex. See, I don't want his body to stamp off the side, so I just wanted a portion of his body to show. And then we'll stamp my friend the Bronchiosaurus in Pretty Peacock on the other side. Isn't that cute? What a fun, like, little boy's birthday card. Or you can make me a card like this too. I like dinosaurs too. And I'm not a boy. Okay, and then I just want to be careful that his little body doesn't stamp outside of the card. So we'll put him, because he's tall, taller than the other animals. So we'll just stamp him right up here. Right? Just wipe away your behind. Janie. It's like it was never there. Oh my gosh, that cracks me up. All right. So, Janie. We're going to glue this piece down over our dinosaurs. I absolutely wish I could erase my behind. And look at them. Yay, it's a party of dinos. All right, so then we'll just glue our little happy birthdays on there. And with these little words, I just do careful little dots of glue. Just little tiny dots. Happy birthday! And then you're roarsome in the inside is what I did. But you can take like your pieces here and glue them to the inside, or you can do them right here between the sentiment. Frame the sentiment. But what a cute touch to do so that it ties the inside of your card to the outside of your card. So you can stamp the polka dots, you can stamp the triangles, you can stamp a cute little sentiment. But how fun is that for a little happy birthday? Okay, now we can, and we used every ounce of that 12-inch designer series paper. So that's the cool part of this. So as I was saying before, you can take, what a great opportunity to get this designer series paper on sale and then create so many beautiful cards without a lot of effort and make someone's day, make them smile, lift them up, and show them how much you care with a handmade card. Look how many cards that I just made using 2 sheets of designer series paper. I made 20 cards. And that is why I love our beautiful designer series paper. It's so easy to work with. It's so fun to create with. And I absolutely love it. Thank you guys. Bye and have a fabulous week.